It is Rugby League's time to shine again. Hull KR versus the Leeds Rhinos. Ready for kick-off. Referee is Jack Smith. First run is going to be big. Let's do it. The 2026 instalment of our sport in Vegas. The world champs taking on Leeds Rhinos. And Watkins comes in for a touch on the second play of the day. One of the veterans. He's done it all in the game.
Oh, boy, Keenan Palacia, forearm there, right up. Heavy contact there on Hadley.
Dean Hadley comes into the game having suffered a fractured eye socket in the last 5 minutes of the World Club Challenge. Incredible storyline coming into the game. Big hit on Cameron Smith. Driven down in the tackle. They will kick on the last from 25 metres out from their own line. Connor got it away and taken on the full by Jack Broadbent. A shout out to Arthur Morg, who's not here with Hull KR. Sadly, that torn pec in the World Club Challenge. Surgery earlier this week, missing this trip of a lifetime.
Mick, I'd be interested to get your take on what you think they should do with Lockie Miller. They box-kicked for Reece Walsh in the World Club Challenge to neutralise his threat. Lockie Miller will be the other one that they have to contend with here today.
Yeah, wonderful tackle breaker. We saw that in his short time in the NRL. No doubt they'll be needing to land those high kicks and get their kick chase down there to try and limit that initial contact and the metres that Miller can make.
Solomon took that hit up. First try scorer in the World Club Challenge. He's opening 6 minutes for Hull KR. Miller's underneath it. With a catch and smothered.
That's perfect execution there from the Hull KR side. Ball nice and high in the air, allowing their chasers to get down there and completely disrupt Miller.
You saw Ryan Hall on the previous hit-up. There's a little trivia point about two of these players for Leeds today. Both Jake Connor and Ryan Hall have scored tries in America previously in the Denver test from 2018. That would be something, to be the first player to score in two different American cities. And the ball is across through Connor. First real attacking foray by Leeds. Ash Hanley ended up with a ball just inside the Hull KR half. Oh, he had to do a 180 there. Micah Sebo at dummy half. Kick from Connor. Finds the grass. There could be trouble. It's set up though in the finish.
Bossy, just keep an eye for the Australian fans who saw a taste of him in the World Club Challenge and throughout the Test Series last year. Jez Litton, the dummy half for Hull KR, a huge rap on him. I think a number of NRL sides will be looking at Jez Litton. He's a wonderful, crafty number 9 that can create opportunities.
A welcome to all our fans through Fox Sports America watching Rugby League. It may be your first taste. We are here to entertain you on this Saturday night Vegas time. Down it goes to Miller, another good catch, and back he will run. So most run meters, most tackle bust last year in the Super League. Former Olympian in rugby sevens.
It was his ability to do something different and unexpected is that prompted Leeds' attack and fired up Leeds' attack. It's caused Hull Kingston Rovers problems last year. Lockie Miller's as likely to fire a 40-metre pass as run it back himself.
Our sideline reporter is Lara Pitt, living the dream today in Allegiant Stadium. You mix with the players, what was the vibe?
It's ignited the whole day.
So the Rhinos with a job of bringing it away from their own line. Ryan Hall, oldest player in elite rugby league, now at 38, will turn 39 in November.
Of course, had a great spell at Hull Kingston Rovers as well. Leeds Rhinos legend, Super League legend, all-time top try scorer, but he was so good and so important in his time at Hull Kingston Rovers recently.
I've been impressed with his start. Cooper Jenkins, powerful there over the top of May.
Well, he was trampled, Tyrone May. Oh, there was a big hit, Becketing there. Croft bounced away from it. Levi has made a good start to the game as well. Connor and Miller, beautifully read. Tom Davies up in the grill of the Leeds Rhinos fullback. The kick from Connor, this time angled out to the wing. And Joe Burgess. What a colourful start to the season it has been for Joe with the publicity he's generated. Very much a Vegas story. Hull KR 31 out from their own line.
You're on your own there, Vossi.
Yep.
Be interested to see if they target Hull Kingston Rovers left edge. Broncos had a lot of joy in that late comeback in the World Club Challenge and had them in a bit of a spin in the closing stages of the game.
Tomomo just short of halfway. Jez Litton, player of the match in the World Club Challenge, and his stocks get higher and higher every time he comes onto a stage like this one. He's now the starting hooker. Left side of the ruck, the kick this time from Lewis. And Miller's not going to play at it. They don't play it at all, the Rhinos. Still the last tackle. The door opens. It was like a hangar door that opened. And only just able to make the tackle on Lewis was Lockie Miller.
Should be a handover, Danny Levi.
He's got a little bit of Alfie Langer about him, Jez Litton. He's a little old school, but boy, he's crafty around the ruck. He's got great timing and deception.
Well, you're the best man to ask about dummy half play and hooker play. Like, you compare him with Josh Hodgson, let's say, who excelled in the NRL as an English international. Litton, you see qualities like that?
Definitely, yeah. I think Jez Litton, there's some quality number 9s in the NRL, but there's also some vacancies. And I reckon there'd be some NRL sides that would love to have the craft of Jez Litton come in. Little unorthodox, unpredictable around the ruck, but in a funny way still seems in control.
Brian, this is what we trade the game here in America. No helmets, no pads, they're strapping up, blood dripping down the eyes. Who cares?
It is the most ferocious field sport in the world. I'm in admiration of these athletes. Although I played the game, it's gone to a next level, hasn't it, in recent years? It's just, they're exceptional.
The pubs staying up a little later on a Saturday night in the UK watching this one. There's 3 Pigeons open in Halifax, Brian. Do you know the Rodney in Warrington? Are you able to confirm opening time?
I'm on the wagon.
Hello, wherever you're watching across the UK. This is your competition on show. Sivo to play it there. Levi, you just feel something's about to break open. The edge, the nerves must settle down shortly. 7.5 minutes in. And it is another sweep right to left. And Handley has been heavily involved. He ricocheted off a defender there. Connor is probably threatening to go for a run himself shortly. He looks sharp. Watkins 40 metres away from the line. Levi. And then pushed along by Cameron Smith. A good middle.
Been a couple of good reads from Gildart and from Petahiku so far. Just doing enough to disrupt the play of the Leeds Rhinos.
Now the kick from Croft. More pressure on Broadbent. Leeds have got the ball. Could have the first try. Could, should, maybe. No. 6 metre away. The tackle count has restarted. Handley got to the loose ball. And an overlap on the left. They looked offside. It comes out to Sivo. Sivo, it's over. Micah Sivo doing what Micah Sivo does. Like shelling peas. Men in front of him. Get out of my way. Sivo, the first try scorer.
What a perfect place to score for the Leeds Rhinos, and Micah Sivo right in front of the roaring reception of their home fans, and it was Connor just lofting the ball out to the far wing. Sivo at full stretch. This was the collision. They came down with the ball, offloaded, deemed to have been touched. There it is, the touch from Hull KR. Boy, there's another one there too from Leeds. Got away with that. Then a lofted pass out. Hiku had to make the play when he jammed in. He wasn't able to do so. And then a rampaging Mike Acevo gets the first of the afternoon.
So, his second game in the Super League. 3 tries now.
We're getting a look, aren't we? We're getting a glimpse of what he's capable of. We singled him out as the greatest sign, the best signing of this season, because of course last year the entire season was a write-off with that injury sustained pre-season. So this is our first couple of looks at Mike Acevo in the Super League, and he's impressed so far.
We'll tell the family story in a moment. Jake Connor with a kick from the sideline. He has got it. 6-0 the Rhinos. But I had a chat with Micah pre-match last week. There's a beautiful photo after the game. His boys got to watch him play, got to appreciate what Dad did. They were a little young when he was in Australia. I understand Isaiah, the eldest, has stayed up to watch the game, so he's allowed to go to bed after midnight tonight.
Well,
Daddy has scored in Vegas.
Hello to him. He'll be very proud, son. Yeah, that's just, on one side you got Ryan Hall and you got this on the other side. Good luck.
Yeah, big, powerful athletes, aren't they? Look at Acevo there, just
Love it.
build of granite.
Brad Arthur said he may be 5-10 games away from his best on return, but physically fit. Maybe not the match fit, but physically in great shape. And Brad Arthur knows all about him from his time at Parramatta. So Rhinos are off and running against the world champs. We're watching it live from Vegas, 3 games here. And they're putting on a spectacle, these two sides. Cameron Smith, very busy start to the game. It is his final season
Jed's lit
with the
there
Rhinos.
underneath. There's the offload to Levi.
Now Miller, very positive mindset. Watkins rolls up and over the 40-metre line. Handley, the quick service from Connor. Palliser has been dynamic out of the forward pack for this Leeds side. There's a lot to like about the way they're attacking this game. And then a loose offload by, Watkins offload and dropped by Croft. Well, it's bright and breezy.
Pre-game, you heard from Gordon Tallis and you heard from Matty Johnson. Emotion was a big word that was used. Hull Kingston Rovers coming into this game on the crest of a wave. The Leeds Rhinos players would have been having to listen to this for weeks and weeks on end, where everything has been about Hull Kingston Rovers. I would say in the context of this game, next score is going to be crucial. You go 12 up if you're the Leeds Rhinos. Suddenly you start deflating that emotion bubble that the Hull Kingston Rovers players might have been trading on, Mick.
Great point, Brian. We saw that last year with Wigan, didn't we? Once they started to get going, boy, they really piled on points quickly. And that was the loose turnover there. Poor pass from Watkins when they were really on the front foot, put Croft under a lot of pressure. Great service there from Lytton.
Chiller. Yeah, nice wide pass from dummy half. An observation, the blue and amber against the Hull KR fans. The Hull KR fans probably got Leeds just slightly outnumbered, but providing a brilliant backdrop at opposite ends of the ground. And now Hull KR get their opportunity to run towards the heart of their supporters. Lytton going to that corner now. Dropped it off for Batchelor. Lovely pass around the corner. That was from Hiku. Almost losing his head. In the tackle was Broadbent, 11 metres away from the line. Put it back on, son. Off they go. The kick there from Lewis. Pressure in the corner. Batted back. It's anyone's. It bounces up. He'll claim the try for the moment, Lewis. Referee Smith says knocked on in the air. No try.
Nah, they're fine, mate. No,
He's a great finisher, isn't he? Out there, Burgess. And a deft little kick there from Mikey Lewis, looking for that kick target. Such a big man, Burgess, that time unable to come down with it, but no doubt they'll keep going there, Brian.
Massive threat, massive kick threat, absolutely. But the guy he's got to be trying to jump over the top of is no mug either, but Joe Burgess in the air has got to be a target they've got to try and get to.
And a penalty goes the way of the Leeds Rhinos. Relieves the pressure valve for the moment. And Chiller makes the mandatory inquiry.
Interesting story about Harry Newman. Cut a word with Brad Arthur and I said, what's the transformation of Harry Newman who's just won that last penalty? He said, as Lockie Gamiller gets up and running, he says, stop claiming penalties from the referees and you'll start getting penalties. And that's something that Harry's brought to his game.
Well, you tipped us up on Lockie Miller. He's taken a quick tap already and thrown a 20-metre cutout pass on the previous set. So the unpredictability of Miller on full show here at Allegiant Stadium early.
Cooper Jenkins plays the ball 35 metres out. They're building again, the Rhinos. With one try on the board, they threaten to post another. Watkins has had plenty of touches early. Now for Smith. They are right in front of the post. 15 metres out from the line. You can call it the desert end of the ground. Well, there's this all around us. Ball comes across to Handley. Kept alive, tipped on. Here he goes again. Sivo! He's done it again.
Well, you're going to have to check these to pass off the ground for certain. Sivo, a mountain of strength.
Try. Confirm the Leeds player is on his back when he offloads, ball carrying arms not down, then touch into grounding, please. Live streams a try.
It looked to me as though the tackle was complete. It was a rugby-style pass off the ground. I know his arm may not touch the ground, but boy, the tackle certainly looked complete. Sivo proving an absolute weapon close to the line. Have a look at this.
To Handley, and the pass.
Can you just confirm a different angle, please, on that?
He's going to allow that. He's going to allow that.
Yeah.
Just the grounding, I would say.
This will do so. Perfect. So
I'd be surprised if he disallows that. I take your point, Mick.
But that's in absolute slow motion there.
Yeah, I'll let this. I'd be very surprised if he doesn't let this go.
Please, so play this through.
Connor.
What's Sivo?
Yeah,
Good luck.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Take it back, please. Yeah.
James Tedesco at home watching this somewhere going, yeah, I know that feeling.
Been there.
I know what that's like, trying to stop this guy. Oh, hang on.
Bossie's searching for reverse.
Yeah, it could be a fibber. I don't know whether you have fibbers in the Super League, Brian. We have fibbers in the NRL right across. Mike, it could be a fibber.
I need to see from the side, please.
No, give that. That's a try.
Fingertip control.
This is one for each boy.
The opposite side of the field.
Micah Sivo, unbelievable story here. A professional try scorer.
Yeah, please.
He's gone up as a try.
Yeah. Right at the Hull KR players are moving off the line there, trying to sell it, that you've got to disallow there, sir.
At no point does it look like his fingers ever
Anything else on that? To be told any different?
He won't be able to disconfirm the...
I believe the bunker's based at NASA. We've gone, you know, whole hog on the budget.
Huge try if it's given in the context of this game. Back to that point earlier, you start getting deflated as a Hull Kingston Rovers player. And Big Maiko looks to have. Bossy, over to you.
Stand by. The decision coming through on this one for a second try to Leeds' new sensation, Mr. Micah Sivo. The keeping is waiting. Lock it in. Sivo, a double in Vegas. Who's to say he won't get 3 or 4?
Well, the ambush is on, and they've done a tremendous job of winning the battle of possession. 64% of the footy to start the game. There's Connor just trying to create a one-on-one. Ball kept alive. He's had a couple of good touches, Connor, down this left-hand side. It's where they're really troubling this Hull KR side. Their right edge is under assault at the moment, but it's the possession. 64% of the footy is really taking its toll on the defensive line of Hull KR, and Leeds right on top here.
Tom Davies is not a small winger.
I was just going to make
that's the one-handed fend into the sternum holding him off.
We're just going to make that point. What about this guy? What about the season he had last year? And Jake Connor looks to have picked up where he left off.
Rhinos for 12 0. He's done it again. Connor, like he's been kicking goals at Allegiant Stadium all his life. 2 in the corner to Sivo. 2 sideline conversions. 12-0 through 15.5 minutes. Stunning.
Back to your point. What Micah Sivo does here, Tom Davis does to opposition wingers for a living. I want to look like a boy against a man.
That's powerful, isn't it? It's terrifying. Boy, it makes you enjoy retirement.
From Momai village in Fiji via the Gundagai Tigers through Penrith, Parramatta, and now Leeds Rhinos in a game in Vegas. That's a career path.
A couple of the forwards for Leeds have really taken it to this Hull KR side. Keenan Palliser, he's been strong. Really impressed by the start of Jenkins. And the man just playing the ball, I think he's had a tremendous start. Callum Watkins out on the left edge, he's been outstanding.
So 2 of 3, or 2 out of 3 last year, Rhinos over Hull KR.
Should have been nearly 3 out of 3. They'll claim it, Leeds. They should have won 3 out of 3, they'll tell you.
Miller wrapped up on halfway. He was going a little bit across field.
Yeah.
Field, of course, just a little narrower on the dimensions. But what it does mean is those that have front row seats, you are dead set smelling the Denko rub up the nostrils. I don't know whether they have Denko rub in the UK. Ball goes out to the corner. And nicely done by Burgess. And the set starts for Hull KR, 20 metres away from their own line. Now Oliver Gildart.
Good point you made, Vossi, throughout that set. Lockie Miller just finding himself a little lateral at the moment. I think he's at his most dangerous through the middle of the field with his power and footwork, challenging some of the tied middle defenders. The amount of work defensively Hull have had to do, I'd like to see him venture through the middle a little more.
Far short of halfway. I won't say they're in shock, but they were the definite front runners through the World Club Challenge. Such a wonderful start to that game, and then hung on. But their line was broken so many times by Brisbane. So Willie Peters, the realist, knew they had work to do coming into this.
Absolutely. I'd be interested to know, Mick, what message you would give Hull Kingston Rovers. You'll be coaching with St George later on in the triple header. What message would you give them now to get a toehold in this game?
Well, at the moment, again, their right edge is just giving up far too many metres, which is putting their middle forwards under pressure. I'd like to see a couple of early kicks again. We saw that great result from Mikey Lewis early in the game. Just try and force some field position with his kicking game.
Really good direct set, this one. And, oh, that looked forward, left to right. Then the juggling intercept by Gildart.
Yeah.
Jugglers I've seen on the strip, he might join them.
That was poor intercept there from Brody Croft. Needed to be better.
So, May and across. The singing is going end to end at the moment. Rhinos loving the 12-0 scoreline. And crowd has built up quite nicely with the supporters of the NRL clubs now rolling in, making the trip from across the strip. You can do pretty much it's about a half-hour walk from the centre of the strip. Ball across with Minchella. May, nice flat pass to Higu. And there's Sivo in a defensive mode. Putting on the bear hug. Nice play on the last little dab through from Broadbent. Miller's onto it. In front of the sticks.
All right, well, they've got Leeds right where they want them to start their set. Now they need to go to work defensively, try and keep them to limited metres here and start just win the field position battle, Hull KR. Might need to go to his bench soon too, Willie Peters, try and inject some more energy into the middle of the field. Suaso, Sue in the middle's starting to tire.
Hanley on this run back.
Well, you know what you're talking about. Just as you say that, Jai Whitbread gets the message, gets off the bench, takes the bib off. Looks like he's going to come on.
A little slow to play the ball that time, but no troubles for Connor to kick nicely.
He's got a massive boot.
Yeah, he's not going to find the roof, but it's a towering punt all the same. Broadbent to bring it back. 20-metre start here for this set. Then for Davies. So at what point do they, certainly the more expansive team has been Leeds so far, at what point do Hull KR try something a little bit out of the box? Sue has gone to the bench. And I guess we look to Lewis to see if he can be the one to light it up.
It's not really their nature, Vossi, under Willie Peters. They're willing to go the distance and back what they do to drag them back into the game. They don't try and pull out that ace card too soon.
Last Tanner Whitman was caught on play 5. This one down to Miller. So former Knight, former Shark. And now loved by the Rhinos fans.
So there's a couple of times now in a row where they've made Leeds come from deep off their own try line. They just need to stay at it. Brian said they're a grafting side. It's what Willie Peters has instilled into his men, and at the moment they're really starting to find some rhythm in this grind.
Back-to-back charges. Spirited. First Sivo, then Newman. Kick.
Love it.
Short of the 40. From Connor. Over the head of Broadbent. And it is a 40-20.
He's had a great start to the game, Connor. That's a cracker.
That has come over the sideline. What, a metre short of the corner post.
But he wasn't good enough to play in the Ashes. He wasn't good enough to be picked in the Ashes.
He's been the best player on the field to start the game, that's for sure. Connor.
No doubt. Third try could be coming. Leeds Rhinos off the restart. 40-20, you get the ball back. You kick from inside your 40. He found it close enough to the line. What an opportunity, Jenkins, to play it. Levi scheming, dummy half, Miller. Could Sivo get a hat-trick in the first 22 or 23 minutes? Don't write it off. Ryan Hall is saying out on the right wing, what about me? Next try is his 350th of his career. It's coming his way right now. Cross straightens up. They've got another one. Now you see it, now you don't. Brodie Croft in front of the Rhinos faithful. What a moment for their playmaker.
Well, this was absolutely superb feel of game from Connor. Jake Connor, tackle form, got himself into dummy half, rifles a 40-20, and only moments later, Miller steps up, finds Croft 2 passes wide, and just cuts hard off that right foot, slicing through some pretty ordinary defence there from a tired Hull KR side, who have just put themselves under far too much pressure, slicing through the double right foot step, and the former Bronco, the former Storm player, Brodie Croft. Boy, doesn't he enjoy this one. Straight through Whitbed. Poor attempted tackle. And the Leeds 5'8" gets their third. What a moment for Brodie Croft.
Brian, reaction?
We were here last year, weren't we? We saw what happened. He can get away from you on a stage like this.
Yep.
This is the most magical of rugby league stages. But the Hull Kingston Rovers have got to be very, very careful they don't replicate what Warrington did last year.
Yeah. Brilliantly put. Brodie Croft has scored in all 3 weeks of the Super League. Try in the defeat to Lee, try in the win over York, and now try against Hull KR. And Jake Connor with a third successful conversion. An 18-0 scoreline, 23 and a half. They're almost beating the clock.
Well, it's been the perfect start for Jake Connor coming here. Big stage. A lot of pressure on. Launches this moment, 40-20 out of dummy out. Boy, how didn't he get picked for England?
I'm his biggest fan. I have no idea. Brad Arthur has transformed him as a personality and as a player. Brodie goes and gets the plaudits for this one, of course, but Jake has brought the best out of Brodie, and Jake is a very different player from the one that was at Huddersfield, the one that was Hull FC. He absolutely should have been in the Ashes squad.
Yeah.
Absolutely in the Ashes squad.
Okay, so far we've had the Man of Steel from last year, Jake Connor, the Man of Steel from 2022, Brodie Croft get their moment.
Yeah.
Mikey Lewis, the Man of Steel from 2024. Your team needs you. It's just outside their 20. The Newcastle Knights are in the house. I know they had their captain's run yesterday, but I wonder what is going through their heads. They see it now with fans inside this, the Death Star, as they call it.
Yeah, and just the sheer emotion in the stadium from the English support makes it even more heightened, the occasion. But again, we see there the Hull KR side just beating themselves, poor discipline in the play the ball. And again, a great start here inside Hull's half of the field as they rifle the ball out to the far side.
Don't change what you're doing. They go there again, right to left. Sivo on the end of it. Hull KR's under pressure every set here. This is high up-tempo rugby league from the Rhinos. Big stage, and they are saluting in the occasion. Really impressive.
It's been excellent.
Jenkins and quick play the ball. Levi off to the right for Croft. Support on the outside, just went short. Miller, by and large, they've contained him well. Still a couple of tackles left here for the Rhinos. 15 out, lovely flat pass.
Trouble.
Almost through. And trouble on the left. You know who's out there? Watkins can't get it all the way to Mike Sivo. That's where the set ends. They hang on by a little cotton thread there. Hull KR.
Do they look, Mick, Leeds Rhinos, like a Brad Arthur coach side, or would you say there's an evolution in Brad's coaching?
Yeah, no, definitely. You can see shades of the Parramatta, but also, you know, Brad coaching to what he's got, and he's got good running halves there. You can see that Croft scored one already, but Connor's been out attacking the line, and they are self-destructing Hull KR. It is all the momentum with Brad Arthur's side, and an opportunity now to land another right hook They're on the ropes here. The champions are on the ropes.
A big billboard out the front of Allegiant yesterday had no pads and no timeouts. I think Willie Peters would love a timeout at the moment. Just to bring him in.
Wouldn't he
Just reset.
Always a fear, wasn't it, Brian, coming off such a high against...
And I understand the argument Gordy made. If you were a player for Hull Kingston Rovers, you say, we don't want this to end. Let's do it. We've had our wake-up call in round one. We lost the newly promoted York. Got our act together against Brisbane in the World Club Challenge. But they're looking like facing the same situation as Brisbane did in that game and trying to chase down something that's heading towards 30.
20 away from the line. And Croft up they came quickly, couldn't shut down the ball. There's more trouble. It's a 4-on-1 and Connor over the top. Steve-O, this time they get him. They contain the beast. That is not easily done. Normal width of the field. He might have found his way there. He ran out of real estate.
Yeah, they're in trouble again, this right edge. They have been taken to task in the first half, but great signs from Hull KR. That's championship-style defence, scrambling from the inside. Great work there coming across from... good tackle. Davies, yes, it was.
Yeah, that close in the corner. He almost into the hot dog stand when he went over the sideline. But all the same, what they've done with this stadium, it is quite extraordinary. Reece Martin taken back there. Bench so far not having an impact. Tom Holroyd about to get some football for Leeds. His heart would be pounding through his chest at the moment. Those middle forwards, they want to get out there. They want a big carry first up. Oh, no.
He's had a tough start, Whitbread. Boy, he missed the tackle on Croft. Came up with a fundamental error on the previous set. And unfortunately, the former Gold Coast Titan has just made another error. And again, after some great scramble defence, it's Whitbread that just loses the footy. And he's side back under pressure.
Callum Watkins all over him. Watkins has identified him already. He stood out in this first half.
Stay tight. Cal, get in.
Watkins at 34. And a couple of the tests on the Ashes tour. Away for Handley, so he's showing absolutely no signs of the groin problem. It was in doubt, of course. This is field position, an opportunity again for the Rhinos, who have 3 converted tries already. The start of a potentially magic day for rugby league here. It's Leeds putting on the show. Levi, 15 metres away, draws into the fence. Charge! Slam dunk! Keenan Palacia! Is the put down okay? Now Lewis gets amongst it. The crowd go close to erupting. Try or no try, the great minds of Carney and Ennis.
Doesn't look confident, does he? Keenan Palacia was a barnstorming run. Just charged over the top there of Broadbent.
I know Hull Kingston Rovers will be praying it's no try.
The lad seems to try.
Okay, all right, well, he was in good position. Referee. Keenan Palacia has been red hot. He has been brutal to start the game. And he caught Broadbent in the line. Nice work from Levi, straight in the attack, and then just boost straight over the top of the fullback. Does he get the ball down?
Reached out towards the line.
My word, he does.
Something from the other side, please.
Well, if you give Mike DeCivo's try, you won't be taking this one off him.
Reach out at this point. Mind to this point.
That's a try, Andrew. Every day of the week.
Try. Anything else on that, please? More on that. This might do more.
Absolutely right. Gone up as a try, he's got to give that.
Yep.
Back to the corner, so slow. Anything else on that?
Well, I'll just sit on the fence and say, well, at least he's broken the plane, boys.
But you're saying no try, Andrew.
Okay, roll it back, please.
The hand starts to go to the side of the ball. It's not like it's downward pressure. It's,
please, if you can.
It's in the process of losing control. Is that enough to take it off you? That's why they pay you the big dollars to try.
Original angle.
So if this was the Bulldogs against the Dragons later today, is that a try the Bulldogs?
It's a knock on every day.
Nice, Michael. Yes. I think they're going to give it, but yes, it's a try smothered in a question mark, but it could be the fourth. Here we go, folks. Where you're watching across in Leeds. Get ready to cheer, I think. Yes, it is. 3 letters, 4 points. Another 4. Brad Arthur, the poker face, perfect for Vegas.
Again, it's the amount of possession that they've had in this first half, 65% of the ball. And they've just continued. That time it was Whitbread that came up with the error that just gifted the field position. Palacia has been powerful through the middle of the field.
Either who's good at physics, either. Because how can the ball bounce that high if it's planted on the ball?
Yeah, it's always a challenge, isn't it? But when you go by the letter of the law and you look at the replay, his hand never came away from the ball. But you're right, Fossey, it was sliding off the footy on the way down.
This is for 24-0. I dare say, for these Rhinos fans that have come across to Vegas, who are living the dream, not in their wildest dreams did they have their team 24 in front through 30 minutes.
Absolutely. But I'll say this, with 10 minutes to go in this first half, you shouldn't lose a game if you're 24-0 up. If Hull Kingston Rovers can get something without conceding again at halftime.
Feels like that, doesn't it?
They're going to be underdogs to win from here, I get that. But if they go in 24-6 or 24-8 or something, that's a toehold in the game that you can do something with at halftime.
Yeah, Hull KR only 36% of the ball, only 6 completed sets with the ball.
And that's been their issue when they look at the first half, just fundamental errors and poor discipline at times has just gifted the Leeds Rhinos field position up the field. Here's Hall, he's tried hard out of the backfield. Good carry from the veteran now up over the 30-metre line.
Well, certainly dominating run meters. What they've done with the ball is what is so impressive. More than double the run meters of Hull KR right at the moment when they come left. It's something of beauty. Yeah. They're just flowing with their attack. Pass play. Connor drives hard for the sideline. That'll do. That's a set. After points, go the length. Beautiful stuff.
He's been brilliant. What a terrific first half from Jake Connor. Come here with the game plan. They're targeting the right edge of Hull KR, generating momentum through that side of the field, gaining metres, and he's been in complete control with his kicking game, Connor.
His game was blighted by behaviours on the field, pest-like behaviour. Yeah. He's changed all that under Brad Arthur. He's reeled it all in, and he's letting his rugby league do the talking.
So just on this rush of points against Hull KR, we're just trying to work it out on the back of the World Club Challenge where Brisbane were coming home hard. What's that, 44 conceded straight points there? 44 straight? I think...
saying Willie Peters under pressure.
Dennis is looking at real estate in Hull. Little place over close to the bridge.
I've loved what Peters has done at Hull KR. I spoke to him in the hallways of the hotel here in Vegas. So it's great to see what he's done, and obviously a really good coach and aspirations to come home one day.
Litton and May out to Hiku. Up they came. It was Handley who's done everything that could be asked of him. Bit of a captain's knock here. Ball with Davies.
Here it is, Brian. They need points, don't they? The next 7.5 minutes, they've got to find some points and some hope for the second half.
Litton, left side dummy and run there from Carl Lawton. First year with the Robins.
First player to play in 2 Vegas games.
And Litton's kick to the in goal. It takes a pinpoint kick to hold it up in goals this size. Yes, Carl Lawton
with Manly in 24.
43 minutes in the World Club Challenge. 115 NRL games in his career for Carl Lawton.
This is huge. I mean, for the context of all these fans, these thousands and thousands of Hull KR fans, everybody that stayed up home late to watch this game and wants a good game, competitive game of rugby league, this next 6 minutes will tell us what we can expect.
that. We came here looking to see Micah Sivo. He left our shores an absolute star. And boy, what a first half it's been from the former Parramatta Eel. In a moment where the Hull KR side were desperately chasing points. As it started to get away from them, the short dropout. And you just see Sivo come accelerating through, locks the ball into the right hand, and off he goes. Got through the tackle of Whitbread. Hiku came, got down, got through the tackle of Lewis, and then they launched the ball from left to right. Great work from Connor and Croft. The ball from Croft was a beauty. And Ryan Hall, one of the great finishers in the Super League, has landed a killer blow on Hull KR at half-time.
And a lovely moment. Super League's all-time top try scorer. Watch what he does after he puts the ball down. Ryan Hall runs all the way over to Micah Sivo because he, like all his Leeds Rhinos teammates, will know what Sivo went through as an import, coming to Super League, getting injured in pre-season, missing an entire year. What a lonely and difficult place that can be sometimes. And Ryan Hall recognised who that try started with.
A classy moment, wasn't it? There's the Hull KR fans. They're still smiling, only just. Boy, Sivo. The Leeds fans love him.
Look at this. Ryan knows it. He knows that this moment belongs to Micah Sivo.
Through that one. Sivo, but for Ryan Hall, marked the moment in his career. 350 tries. Thank you. 249 of those for Leeds. Yeah, it doesn't go there, those numbers, Michael. What a player.
NRL connoisseurs will know how difficult he found it to score down under. It's remarkable.
In Australia, in the NRL, 38 years of age now. And he spoke so well at Fremont Street during the week as the Rhinos go again with respect to the whole KR fans, and he was last there in the grand final in 24. He said, yes, once a Robin, always a Robin. He respected the fans, and I think they appreciated that.
Well, some spark coming on here in Jared O'Connor. People remember his father, Terry, who headbutted Gordon's fists in that World Club Challenge game between Wigan and Brisbane all those years ago. Jared is dynamic out of 9, brilliant defender, and he'll be painful for Hull Kingston Rovers as they tire.
Jared O'Connor, only man to make over 1,000 tackles in the Super League last year. 1,057 tackles.
He can belt him. He can belt him, Vossi.
Now Davies, all the singing is coming from the Rhinos now. So, local time here in Vegas, 4:45 on a Saturday night. Early hours of the morning in the UK. I should have mentioned, it's actually Willie Peters' birthday UK time.
Oh, yeah.
It's after birthday. Lewis through. Back to Litton. The two guns. Litton's away. They get their try before half-time. Lewis and Litton, they're not solicitors. They're stars and linchpins.
Oh, he's got no try.
KR already set it up, no
And
try.
there's a block, they then use that space, mate, to go through.
Oh, he's saying obstruction. There's no surprise, the injection of Carl Ward, his ball playing's been terrific.
But no try, we're checking for possible obstruction. So it's the contact there. So just roll it back, please. You can stay on the spider cam.
That's okay, surely.
Well, he doesn't go into that space.
On this.
He pulls up.
Keep going through. Okay, so contact is flush from the lead runner. The defensive line is then disadvantaged by the block.
Boy, the fact that it went up no try.
Could be no try, mate.
It's hard. It's got to be clear cut, doesn't it, to overturn it. And unfortunately for, you're right, the two guns, they got their moment, Lewis and Litton. But to no avail.
That was a good angle, that, mate.
It's been tough old first half for the Premiers.
Yes. Penny for your thoughts. Yeah, still enjoying the occasion, why not?
Why wouldn't you? What a privilege it is
What are
to
you
be
doing?
here. Yeah, scoreline not what they would have hoped for. Leeds Rhinos fans are ecstatic. This game will probably belong to them unless Hull Kingston Rovers can give us something magical in Las Vegas in the second half.
Go all the way back. And well, what's more, I mean, it's a double whammy. Leeds are going to attack from the penalty inside the 20 of Hull KR from 28-6 potentially. Could be 34-0 in a moment. Hold on to your hands. KR fans wouldn't have a hat on for 1 o'clock in the morning. I've got no idea, but you know what I mean.
I think they're all here.
You reckon the lights are out at KR tonight? There's no one
on it.
Off the ball, James.
Alrighty. 15 away from the line.
6 again.
Levi off to play the ball from Holroyd. Another set restart here.
First, get out of the road, KR.
This is an issue for Hull KR. It's more than that right at the moment. Connor, the ball movement again is swift. Holroyd, maybe one of the big hombres can come up with a try here. One of the engine room. Levi, almost lost. Was out in front of Cameron Smith. Just held on to Levi, looking left and right. Now, Miller, the gate open. And the referee doesn't even want to go to the video. He calls obstruction. An old-fashioned shit, in fact.
Well, the obstruction rule rearing its head here. In back-to-back sets for both sides. And just a collision there with Mikey Lewis. That created the space for Miller to go through on the outside. An opportunity now for Hull with 1.5 minutes. Boy, they've just got to chance their arm here. They've got to try and find something.
Well, do they have a trick shot? 90 seconds away from half-time. They get a penalty. That will help. That will help. So if they get a full set, they should be inside the Leeds Rhinos half. 28-0 the scoreline. Lewis knows the urgency.
Wow.
He bites off a lot there. What a kick.
Bit of altitude.
50-metre kick, 50-metre gain. You have no idea what you're talking about. You don't know what altitude is, Michael. So anyway, ball with May. It did. Across to Lewis.
Go with it, Andrew.
25 away from the line. Knights and Cowboys and Dragons and Bulldogs on the agenda in Vegas. The world champs are in trouble. Must get points this set. Litton, they'll have the ball until half-time. Lewis, double pump. Backed into the line was Reece Martin.
Hurry off the ball!
Just claimed over the top. Down below, work done by James McDonald. Back in front of the post. May is with it. Steadies it up. Broadbent into the line. It was a stunner step. Took all the momentum off the play. He saw Connor coming.
Come, clean it up now!
Litton to the left. Little kick. This is their chance. There was a bump. There was a bump. Miller takes it dead. There'll be no obligation to restart play. Leeds Rhinos more than mission accomplished in this first half.
Well, listen to this reception from the Leeds fans. Yeah, look at this on their feet. Here we go. What a first half from the Rhinos.
The world champs, they've been like supermen, but Leeds Rhinos are their kryptonite through 40 minutes here. Half-time. Leeds and Hull KR, the world champs are in trouble. It is a credit to the way the Rhinos have attacked this game. Second half is underway off the boot of Miller, and it's wide. That was not in the halftime speech of Brad Arthur. Little door opens straight away for Hull KR.
Mick Ennis, half-time we're talking. You just need some things to go your way if you're Hull Kingston Rovers. Something to get you back into the game. Either something you create yourself or that gets gifted to you from the opposition. That's a huge start for Hull KR.
Las Vegas.
That's all green.
So they have the ball 20 metres out from the line rather than running it from their own line. Bone-jarring shot there on Hadley centre field. Hasn't been as effective as he was in the World Club Challenge. With Whitbread to score in the opening minute. Would that be something? So Litton and May and Lewis right to the line. Straightening up as Gildar. Solid read from Hall. I think I can call him the old fella on the right wing. Ball with May. Said with respect, of course. Hull KR eating up the tackles for it has been 15 away from the line. Litton, wide ball. May steadied it up, kept going. Hiku's ball appeared forward, is called forward. Not happening for them just yet. But
yeah, Brian, you must be impressed. A couple of times, even in the early stages of the first half, Hall and Sivo have come up with some big stops, haven't they, defensively?
It can be one of the most vulnerable positions, can't it? You make a wrong read there and it's game over. But absolutely, they've come up trumps. Just a point on Ryan Hall. We interviewed him during the week. He's played on all the biggest of stages. He's played at Denver, he played at Wembley, Old Trafford multiple times. He said that this, well, he hadn't even set foot on the field.
Yeah.
He said this weekend, playing in Vegas, he said this probably tops it all. And that's in one of the most storied Super League careers we've ever seen. That'll tell you about this occasion, what it means to Super League and Rugby League in general, both hemispheres.
Ryan will turn 39 in November. We've just had Daly Cherry Evans in Australia turn 37 a week ago, the oldest player in the National Rugby League. But Ryan said, hold my beer. I got you. And there's a penalty to Leeds. That's not going to help the Hull KR cause at all.
Yeah, Mikey Lewis just called offside by the referee. Tried to get himself out of the way, but smart work out of dummy half. And it's the Leeds side who now benefit from it back inside Hull KR's half. And again, this discipline, it's hurt them this afternoon. It really has.
Halves have been good. Connor, outstanding. Croft, not too far behind. Here he is, sweeping them right. And on the run with O'Connor. Ball is on the deck. Referee's whistle went to the mouth. Now big blow. So a bit of a misfire to start the second half from the Rhinos at 28-0. That can happen.
You want to build a story for Hull Kingston Rovers coming back into this game, as unlikely as it seems. Step up Tyrone May, step up Jez Litton, step up Mikey Lewis. You've done nothing so far. You've done nothing, and you're the most able that we've seen in the Super League competition in recent years. Now's your time.
Yes, not the aura of a World Club champion at the moment, but they have 36.5 minutes to try and correct that here. Every journey starts of 1,000 miles starts with one step. A comeback from 28-0 has to start somewhere. Why not a try in the next 3 or 4 minutes? Just dumped on by May, back in for Reece Martin.
Lawton's ball playing through the middle's just adding another layer to their attack. They need to find him more. Here he is.
Lawton right up to the defence there, that time right to the line and offloading. Litton kept it going for Lewis, but again outside in defence. Really good from Leeds. Harry Newman bound for the Perth Bears with that tackle. Now Litton, Lawton, and May just across field there. No one straightening it up. Last tackle, Hull KR. There's a contest in the air. They're key to points. Lewis will bomb from 20 metres out. It's 3 metres away from the line, and Miller owns it at the back for the Leeds.
Not a lot of change of pace at the moment from Tyrone May. He's the one. So you just look at the spark from Croft and from Connor in the first half. At the moment, he just looks a little one pace. Tyrone May. Love to see him take on the line with a little more energy.
Already one big win today in the Super League. Yesterday, UK time. Well done. St Helens down at Catalans. Big win there. Darryl Clark, Kyle Felt, try-doubles. Warrington also 2 wins from 2 to start the year. Now Levi last tackle. Congratulations to York, their second win over this weekend. Spiral pop, bounces left. Now it's Watkins off the hand. Battered back, this is dangerous. Maybe knocked on the ground. Well, this is just crazy play. Where's this going to end? Miller's with the ball. Now Miller runs, kicks with the left foot. Of course you kick with the left to the corner. It takes the right turn. That play is absolutely one out of bizarro world and almost paid off for the Rhinos.
Boy, the fans from Hull KR just launching into the referee down that end of the field. Not happy with what unfolded there with Connor. Did he drag the ball forward? Got away with it. And then the sharp, violent right foot step there from Miller just sliced Litton in half. The kick back off the inside was beautiful. Bludger of a bounce, wasn't it, for Croft? And again, the reigning champs under pressure.
I love that turn of phrase. The American audience tuning in for the first time, hearing bludger of a bounce. Did he say what? You'll have to come up with something else to accommodate our wider audience today, Michael.
Gotcha.
You work on that. Miller. 30 metres away from the Hull KR line. I hopped in an Uber yesterday. He said, this is hot as balls for winter. And I thought, well, that's the saying I haven't used before. But that's what he said. It's been a very warm winter this week in Vegas. Leeds are 15 metres away from the Hull KR line. And they are in search of try number 6. My goodness. Arthur might give them a week off. Connor out the back. They got a chance again with Handley.
He's in trouble.
Hiku's in big trouble. Staggered. He can't get to his feet, in fact. The kick on the last will come down in front of the crossbar on the fingertips. It's a wrestle. I don't know. Oh, there's a claim of a try. Disputed possession right there. Man claiming it was Harry Newman. Close call. Referee was right over the top of it. But he's wrestled for possession.
Just on Hiku, that was a really good read defensively from him. He mapped off, didn't he? Managed to clean up the attacking player. Might have come at some cost, but he looks like he's staying on the field. Geez, they look low on energy, Hull Kingston Rovers. Remember what happened to Warrington last year? Their season capitulated domestically after coming to Vegas and getting whipped by Wigan. KR will be hoping to get something, go home with something.
Hiku's been a bit of an Iron Man, has only missed one Super League game the last couple of seasons. Lytton, Lawton, May, and floated over the top. Joe Burgess, very few opportunities. Chance though with Gilder. Now it is, kick back in field. That's a take. Brodie Croft. That is a wonderful save by Croft.
Brilliant attack, and just as good defensively there from Brodie Croft. Nice little offload there to Gildart. Went down the near wing and just tried to get it over the top. Had Lytton coming through on the inside, as was Tyrone May. Did well there. Croft had to make the play, and he did.
Rhinos away from their own 20. 9 minutes negotiated in the second half. Can they get back to the form of the first half? Maybe on this set. Audacious play to the left.
Gee, they've given up some metres. The right edge of Hull KR this afternoon. They've really gone after it.
5-0 line break count for Leeds here this afternoon. And that could have been disastrous for Hull KR. Broadbent to bring it back. Down the Hull KR fans' end of the ground. They haven't, well, they don't need an excuse to sing. Their singing's been brilliant, but they'd like to be able to put on one of the songs about the players if they could. That's not going to help, as it's scooped up there. And straight away Leeds on the attack. McDonald thought for a moment he was going to run the 30 metres. Connor, look at this, defence into attack. Watkins with it, he's playing like a teenager. Watkins, he loves Vegas. O'Connor, 25 from the line.
Double here, Brian.
Crofts, and back in field comes Newman. And on the deck for McDonald. He just had to swallow that on the deck. Not much you could do with it. And charging up into them is O'Connor. Look for Jake Connor. Oh no, it's Levi who gives it to Croft. That's too easy. The Hull KR defence, they bumped it off. They went for Smoker on the left side of the ruck. And straight through goes Croft for his 4th Super League try of the season. Rubbing insult into it right in front of the Hull KR fans.
Yeah, this was the moment. Lewis short pass, Joe Burgess unnecessary offload. Scooped up and just gifted the lead side more field position. Their errors and their penalties this afternoon have just gifted the Leeds Rhinos quality field position. And when you've got players like Levi, and you've got players like Croft, and you've got the man of steel in Jake Connor, they just punish you. And they've gifted them field position opportunities, and they've taken them. Crofts loving it at Allegiant Stadium.
Haven't they been sharp, Leeds?
Yeah.
They've been so good. They opened their season with a defeat to Lee, came back and beat York in round 2. This is their 3rd game of the Super League season. It's worth contextualising Hull Kingston Rovers league form. They opened their season as champions with defeat against newly promoted York, a side many tipped to win just a couple of games. They opened up their, of course they've won 2 now. They beat Hull FC and Hull Kingston Rovers. But this will leave Hull Kingston Rovers chasing their first points of a league season into round 3 for their third round.
The Rhinos fans have full voice. The players are playing up to it as they go back to that end of the ground. And Connor has another shot from 21 metres out. 11 in from touch. They're into the 30s. 34-0.
It was an interesting time, wasn't it, for Brodie Croft? Came through as the understudy to Cooper Cronk at the Melbourne Storm, then headed to the big club, the Bright Lights of the Broncos, named captain of the Brisbane Broncos for a small period of time, but has ventured over to the UK. Probably didn't have the season, Brian, that you thought he could have last year.
Well, they were building, yeah. I know he came under great, with enormous promise after he had a brilliant time with Salford.
Yeah.
1 Man of Steel, or again our Dally M award.
Yep.
And a lot expected of him at Leeds, and he probably didn't shine to the level that people expected of him. But this is a work in progress, Leeds Rhinos. This is Brad Arthur now, second full season in charge.
Yep.
Development. You're seeing evidence now why Brodie Croft, Jake Connor and this side are being tipped as title contenders in 2026.
Sometimes it takes a little bit of time, doesn't it, for that cohesion with the halves pairing, and it looks like Croft and Connor today have really found their bearings nicely.
The better Jake's playing his game, the better Brodie's able to play his.
Connor to Watkins there, just got a wonderful combination working. Last tackle, another very good set following points, and Connor's kick nice and high, covered up by Burgess, and down he goes. Another perfect set from Brad Arthur's Rhinos. This is Leeds Vegas. You're watching the Super League live. And the Rhinos, unbelievable scoreline, 34-0. You may have thought they could win, but this is of landslide proportions at the moment. And still Brad Arthur at the poker table. He's got the bullets there. He's got the 2 aces. But he's sitting there like he's got a 2 and a 7. Now kicks from the 40. And that doesn't find the grass. Sivo was onto it. Can he get another moment? Oh, I don't know what I call that. Some sort of hurdle there to get going, Micah Sivo. You're in for a lot of fun this year. I don't think just Leeds fans, Super League fans are in for a lot of fun watching Sivo fit and healthy. Have a look at this bloke. That's one thing I haven't seen in Vegas is a hardware store, and okay, I might need a pickaxe to try and stop the bloke. I don't know where they're going to pick one up from, buy one. Or a bit of 4B2. So Cameron Smith, their setter, their middle has been so good today. More dangerous left edge, Croft. And dropping back inside for Newman. KR not able to force an error out of the Rhinos here. Looks like they've clicked back into the groove from the first half. Last tackle, Levi. Connor launches another one. And this won't be easy. It's there to be taken. It's batted in field. Still the last tackle. It's floated over the top. O'Connor, you won't stop, Sivo! 1, a 2, a 3 for Sivo!
Absolutely brilliant. They've been patient. They've been meticulous with how they've gone about their plan here, Leeds. And at the moment, this Hull KR side, they're in quicksand. They are struggling to hold on. Set after set. Again, it's Connor going to the air. It's a congestion where the ball comes to land. And there's Miller. Sharp footwork, beautiful vision. Rifles the ball across. The footwork, the left foot step of Sivo. Boy, what an athlete. What a return. Micah Sivo, of missing 12 months of footy with an ACL injury. Always loved the occasion in Australia. Always loved the big stage. And he's relished in it here at Allegiant Stadium. And it's the Leeds Rhinos. 38-0. Can you believe it?
You're going to have to reevaluate prospects for Leeds Rhinos in 2026. I said at the start, contenders.
Yeah.
This will set out a message to Super League, what they've done. You can make the story excuses for Hull Kingston Rovers. They play Brisbane, there's emotion. There's the Leeds Rhinos, they have demolished them here. This is getting towards 50.
Yeah.
That's incredible. This is a quadruple winners they're facing. We're nudging 50.
7th career hat-trick, Micah Sevo, first in Rhinos colours, and Connor banging them over from everywhere. So Sevo, second game in the Super League, 5 tries. As I said, you are in for a hell of a lot of fun. We called some great moments, Michael, in Australia.
Yeah.
Micah Sevo is just, he's in beast mode when he's on song.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. He is an absolute man mountain with incredible athleticism and power, and he's just showing the Leeds Rhinos fans what he's got in store for them in 2026. He's powerful, he's strong, and a great finisher. No surprise that Brad Arthur got him to the club, and unfortunately they didn't get to see the best of him last year with the injury, but boy, they're seeing it now. He might not be done with 22.5 minutes to go still, Andrew.
Well, the running style is Rhino-like.
Yeah.
Very apt to nickname that he's of the club he's joined.
Well, there's a bit of a blue going on in back plate.
It's just a bit of Vegas fun on the strip about 1 a.m. Nothing more than a cuddle.
Oh, beautiful. Here we go.
Connor just reads it so well. Doesn't overplay his hand. Pushes along for Watkins.
Yeah,
and another penalty to Leeds. I said they were hanging on by a thread. That thread now, what's less than a thread, Brian? You come up with an answer.
I haven't got a good one, but I'll tell you this, Vossi. They've never faced anything like this under Willie Peters' tenure. This is into his 4th season here. This is alien territory for Hull Kingston Rovers. They've been building and building and building. Listen, it's early in the season, I get that. But dealing with something like this on a stage, a defeat of this magnitude on a stage like this will testament ways they haven't been tested under Willie Peters.
What about a back-to-back man of steel, Jake Connor? What a statement on this stage. I tell you what is nice about that, and the spirit of the late Rob Burrow here.
Yeah.
And I'm sure, and a shout out to Lindsay as well, when she gets to watch the game back and the kids. Rob Burrow admired by the rugby league world over. They have a number 7 out there shining for Leeds here today. It means plenty. Don't worry about that. Croft on to Miller. Off his left foot. Of course, player of the match in the grand final now gets the Rob Burrow medal. Mikey Lewis won it last year. Leeds are on the charge again. 20 away from the line. They got a full set here. Levi's service has been very classy today. He's got plenty of football left in him. The New Zealand and Samoan international. It is a World Cup year as well. Levi back into Connor. Beautiful hands again. Croft and Watkins just held by May.
Well, into the man. Nah, it's all part of the tackle, mate. Nah, it's just lost into the man in front of you.
Gee, they're asking some questions, aren't they? Nice set-up play over to the right-hand side, then all swinging to the left with Connor and Croft linking up. I like that set to see Croft playing both sides of the field, not just sitting himself on the right, getting both sides of the field, linking up with the half pairing.
You made the point, they've really gone that right edge for Hull Kingston Rovers. I thought it would be the left.
Yeah.
Going in, because that's where Brisbane had a huge amount of joy as they came home with a wet sail. But they've attacked the other edge and got huge results from it.
We've got Watkins down for 16 runs. You know, he made his debut back in 2008. That's not too many years after you, Mike.
No.
You could still be out there.
No, Andrew.
It's a long while ago. Callum Watkins, this is a big day, big event for him too.
Wonderful player.
Yeah.
Changed from centre to second row. Absolutely a star of the competition.
Hull KR now, their fans, well, I don't know what they have a song at 40-0. It certainly wasn't in their thoughts at all.
Champione?
Ryan, you have to go and live there.
Yeah, well, listen, it's the rugby league capital of the country over in Hull. For people that don't know, it's probably akin to Newcastle in Australia, except you've got 2 clubs that are bitter rivals in that city that's sort of tucked away over there on the East Coast. Yep. Going there is a pleasure to commentate on games. They absolutely love the rugby league. Any day of the week, you walk down the streets, the main streets of Hull, and they're going to be wearing either black and white or red and white jerseys.
There he goes. Again, Connor on the seat.
There he goes.
Turns them inside out like a sock there. And up towards halfway.
But again, it's an audacious ball, moving it deep inside their half, but to their left-hand side. And again, Sevo just takes 30 metres upfield.
Palliser's given tremendous value here for the Rhinos. Connor and Croft, the ball work. This is back to how they played. If you weren't with us at the start, first 10-15 minutes, they just played at a different pace to Hull KR. More gears about them. And they're back in that groove now. Last tackle. This is quite the show. They are representing the Super League Rhinos at the moment. Broadbent across there with a save. But that's pretty much all it can be at the moment. Starting sets deep inside their own half. So when earlier we were saying look for Lewis, look for Lytton, one of their big match players, now it's just look for anything. They will take anything now. The Hull KR fans will take a penalty for a high shot.
You'd have to say they deserve nothing from this game. You know, at this stage, this has been dominant Leeds performance, brilliant in attack, and Brad Arthur, Mickey, you'll know all about this. He'll point to that 0 first and foremost, and he'll say you've kept all of them quiet, and Hull Kingston Rovers, the champions, scoreless. 7 line breaks to 0. If I gave you the run meters, you'll cover your ears, Hull KR fans. 1,200 metres plus for Leeds, 590 Hull KR. They're 30 away from the line. Back to Luckley. Big improver last year, Lytton on the run and a dummy. Trying to spark it up there. They can go deep and left, and then the run, it's almost as if, not quite in sync. The playmakers here. Lytton draws them in for May. Sevo came up. They find the man, Davies, and a brilliant tackle. Handley across there with Connor. On the last tackle, you got to be right on the money with these in goals. It's bad and dead. In the vicinity of some of the best private boxes I think I've ever seen at a sporting venue, ground level.
Boy, this was beautiful catch and pass from Peter Hiku. But you talk about Brad Arthur and the moments that he'll focus on. Yes, he'll love the ball playing of Croft and Connor, but it's moments like that that will really steal Brad Arthur and his footy side towards where they're going to head at the end of the season. That's great defence on their goal line. 12 missed tackles for the Leeds Rhinos so far, 46 for Hull Kingston Rovers, and they've had to make over 100 more than the Rhinos. They'll have nothing in the tank for attack. Although that will help.
Dimensions, that would have been out on the full from Miller.
Well, he's lost his compass a couple of times with his kicks, hasn't he? The start of the second half out on the full, and now out on the full with a dropout.
What I'd say about Lockie Miller is he's looking more and more like a rugby league player every game he plays in the Super League. He came as looking like a sevens player playing rugby league. Now he looks a comfortable league star.
He's had 17 runs in the game. Lytton turned it left. This may be their try. Finally, Hull KR. Joe Burgess nabs a 4-pointer. They have reason to sing. The Hull KR are on the board, but it's taken 65 minutes.
Yeah, building some pressure, spending a bit of time down on the Leeds try line, and he's so dangerous, isn't he, near the try line. Mikey Lewis, great skill under pressure, never panicked from the jamming defence of Hall, and did a great job just to land the ball to Gildart. Cut off his left foot, got on the inside of the defence. Palliser had a great afternoon, he lunges late. But Burgess, we spoke, he's a great finisher, has been for a long time now, and he gets Hull KR on the board.
2 tries shy of 150. Joe Burgess. 65 minutes to get your first points in Vegas.
I've never been a coach. I don't want to be a coach. Mick, you're a coach. After we see what he does here, tell me what you'd want out of this if you're Hull Kingston Rovers, to at least get back on the plane with your head held somewhat high. What are you looking at? Another couple of scores?
Yeah, you'd like to think so, definitely. But Willie Peters will just want to see all those traits that make Hull KR the championship side that they are. Powerful through the middle, getting to their end of sets, possibly an early kick from Lewis that we saw in the first half, and really front-loading their energy defensively and trying to force Leeds into some errors, but they just haven't done it for long enough this afternoon. They haven't done it hard enough. They've come up with too many errors. Ill-disciplined at the ruck, and anytime they've gone to build pressure, they've just released the pressure gauge. So they'll be chasing that. Here we go, a bit of ball movement now.
Yeah, away to Mormone. Just so viewers who don't follow the Super League closely, it's the wildest form line you could ever get. Their first game of the season is a Challenge Cup tie against Lock Lane. They score 104 points.
An amateur side.
An amateur side. Then they lose to York, who are playing their first game back in the Super League. They lose by a point as the defending champions. Then they step up and beat the Broncos in a World Club Challenge and then find themselves in Vegas on the cusp of conceding 50.
I don't think I'm going to work with you again. We get no luck on these Super League games in Las Vegas, do we? We had a blowout last year as Wigan demolished Warrington, and we've seen the same from Leeds. I'll tell you what, though, I'm going to enjoy being in Vegas watching rugby league. And like all the Super League fans that have come here in their thousands, they're all so excited about watching the NRL action that we've got to come.
Lewis kicks on the first, looking for Burgess and Ryan Hall. Well, that was daring. That was very much a Vegas with your last bet. The kick by Lewis on play one, and Hall came up with the ball.
Wait till you hear the reception here. So Brad Arthur's halfbacks come from the field. Jake Connor, the man of steel. Boy, what a performance he's turned in here under the bright lights of Allegiant Stadium in Vegas. He has been absolutely outstanding, walking along the in goal, about to walk in front of the Leeds fans. The reception will be incredible. Miller now dancing his way again through the Hull KR defensive line.
He spends his time coaching his local amateur side. That's what he devotes his off time to. His family and coaching his local amateur side. He gets enjoyment out of it. It's an incredible contribution to rugby league for Jay Connor, and you're absolutely right. Wow, what a reception for him.
Croft, high ball for Broadbent. They've certainly got their spine sorted, the Rhinos, with Miller at the back, Croft and Connor. And then Levi now added to the mix. Ball turned over, look out. It's on for Handley, for Sivo! You can make it 4! 4 tries, Micah Sivo! Give him the keys to the city. Who's the mayor of Vegas? You need to beat this man. Brad Arthur now reveals the 2 aces.
We've got a try on
The
field.
big smile.
Just confirm grounding.
It's sent upstairs to confirm the grounding. Micah Sivo, welcome back to all rugby league fans everywhere.
You're a clairvoyant. We met in the car park yesterday, and the thing you were most excited about was the pie I gave you and seeing Maiko Sivo, getting to call him again, getting a chance to see Maiko now that he's in Super League.
Borderline now.
And there you go. Number 4.
Thank you for that Galloway's pie too. Shout out to Galloway's. But Sivo is a
star.
He makes you want to come to the game. What I said to you yesterday, Brian, what the people at Headingley will enjoy is as the ball comes his way, he doesn't even have to touch the ball. You get excited. You anticipate something is about to happen.
Brian, we saw the Leeds fans in full voice. Like for us as Australians, we love seeing that. But tell us what it'll be like, a performance like this against the reigning premiers, as dominant as it is, and an import like Sivo scoring 4 tries. What will his reception be like when he steps foot on Headingley?
It'll give all of them hope. They were in a rebuilding phase. Nobody likes that, you know, coaches, CEOs. Well, this is a Leeds Rhino side that absolutely dominated Super League with Rob Burrow, with Danny Maguire, with Kevin Sinfield, with Jamie Peacock. And then they didn't quite fall off a cliff, but there was a couple of years of major disappointment. Made a grand final under Rowan Smith, but that was a blip, really. Not a, you know, it was a one-off occasion. Under Brad Arthur, it's been a slow build. If you can get the likes of Micah Sivo scoring like that, Leeds playing like this, and us filling Headingley, the whole of Super League benefits.
Tell us what it was like when Leslie Vanacolo, the volcano.
I'm not talking about that.
Well, you've
scored 5 against me one night. Yeah.
Well, are you having some nightmares? Are you seeing he has the potential to capture that sort of...
yeah. And Les had a brilliant Super League career, but thanks for bringing that one up.
Callum Watkins coming from the field. He's been absolutely outstanding. 4 tries for Michael Sivo this evening here. But there's been some star performers for the Leeds Rhinos, and he's certainly one of them. Callum Watkins on that left edge.
He's got time for more here. There's 10 minutes left here, and they're absolutely dominant. So they got to go for 50. I can't believe I'm saying it. Hull Kingston Rovers conceding 50 at Vegas.
I saw Vossi lose his absolute marbles one night when Alex Johnston got gifted 5, and we might just see another reaction, Andrew. You got something up your sleeve.
It's pacing.
Michael, I think I lost my marbles a long time ago. Working with you.
What, you're claiming that the ball's been pulled out?
46-6. Referee just explaining.
No, because that relates to speed. Yeah, but let me just explain to you. That would be related to speed. The ball would have to be pulled out. Because if it's related to speed, you're not going to get it. No.
School lesson.
Fuck off.
No sweat at 46-6. 10 to go.
Speed, mate.
It's on the moan. Just having a little crack. He knew what he was doing. It's been a brilliant week. From an English perspective, carried on from last year with Wigan and Warrington, the build-up, the experience, Fremont Street, the fan fest, the mixing with other fans from the NRL.
We got to work together. There's two big competitions in the world.
Yeah.
We need you, and I dare say when you see what the Super League fans could bring to an event like this, you could do with us. We got to work together as a sport.
Yep.
Never
Look after each other.
That's brilliantly put, Captain Carney. But it is so true. Rugby league has its moment here, and it's been even bigger and better than last year. The build-up, and Rhinos have matched the performance of Wigan last year, which was scintillating. So Rhinos outside their 30. Levi, I've been really impressed with Denny Levi. What a support role he's played in this game. Ben Littlewood is out there. This has got to be some moment for him. He's only 2 appearances last year, played 12 minutes against Lee in round 1. You played in Vegas, son. Ben Littlewood. Now wide.
I've really liked his work too, through the middle of the field. Jenkins.
Right for Croft, and on from 40 metres out. Broadbent has done all he can in this match. Let's go down to the sideline. In fact, Lara Pitt has managed to catch up with the Rhinos coach. Lara.
Brad Arthur, complete domination. Did you see this coming?
Well, we trained really well during the week. Challenge the boys about showing our hunger. You know, we're up against the best. Like I said, they bring the best out in us, but I didn't want to put too much pressure on them, you know, around not playing a bit of footy, and you can see that we play a little bit of different style, and we've got some good players out there who back themselves tonight.
What about Marcus Evo? Bullet again out there.
I'm so happy for him. You know, it was a tough year for him last year. He moved his family to the other side of the world, and he had that injury, and we brought him over and he scored tries, and I think he's bagged 6 now in 2 games, so that's great.
Thanks so much for your time, Brad. Well done.
Thank you.
Brad Arthur, rugby league man, head to toe, and they've got their chance. Hull KR for a second try, and straightened up. Miller's able to come up with an answer. Hicko's been left behind outside the 40.
Late hit.
A late tackle has been picked up
Going to be a penalty back here,
by the officials. They go 40 metres downfield, but have to bring it back to receive their penalty.
Mike Osivo hitting him. That's got to hurt.
He's on the run. Here it is. Watch the eyes of Mike Osivo. He turns the right shoulder in. Was that a bit of Vaynercholo on Carney? Was that a touch of that?
Well,
Sorry to keep bringing it up.
Well, he would have the ball in his hands and trampled all over me, but that's yeah, rightly penalised by the referee. We'll give Hull Kingston Rovers some field position, but I think Leeds will chase another try here, Vossi.
Attention to detail there. They took the kick from 10 metres in advance of where the incident happened, but not to worry. Ball with Tom Amone 30 metres out from the Leeds line. 7 minutes of the Super League show to go, and then NRL back-to-back. Newcastle Knights, North Queensland Cowboys, Bulldogs and Dragons. We're settling into a Saturday night in Vegas. Lewis hasn't been a factor today. It is 5:40 on a Saturday night in Vegas. You're watching the Rugby League live. Lytton for Minchella. The colours of the world champs has been well and truly lowered. They have it here 5 away. They may still reach double figures. Lytton will have a crack at them. Just rolled onto his back foot. Last tackle play it is. 6.5 to go. Leeds with a player down. Kick from Lewis. Looking for Burgess. And one hand was in there.
Yeah, well now.
from Ryan Hall.
There's no shot clock on this, Andy. Time off.
Can I pick up on a point you made to me pre-game? I know this is the NRL season gets underway, round 1, Cowboys Knights, competition points. Competition points here for Leeds. Hull Kingston Rovers have missed their chance for their first 2 of the season. But this is about more than that. This week, these games are about more than that for the game of rugby league that we love so much, and the thousands upon thousands of fans from both hemispheres that have mixed in the entertainment capital of the world and flooded it with rugby league jerseys.
Yeah, so what a great piece it was this week. We've just got time off at the moment. That to the British fans, this is your British Lions tour from rugby union. This can be that. This is a pilgrimage.
They're telling you, in their numbers, they want occasions like this.
Yes.
They're willing to save up and to travel and to support their club and to shout loud and proud about the game of rugby league. And I'll say the same about Knights fans, about Cowboys fans, Bulldogs and Dragons fans. This is it. Hull FC jerseys in the middle there, the black and whites, the biggest enemy of Hull Kingston Rovers, sitting in amongst those from the east side of the city.
That is a shot.
It is a rugby league occasion and such a special one. I never thought when I came over to England to play rugby league, I would be in a place like Las Vegas, commentating on this game and watching players with an opportunity to celebrate, to entertain on this stage. Listen to this.
Killer's getting a run in Vegas. The accompaniment is from the Rhino supporters. They're smiling all over Leeds and parts around. They're still singing even without the music. Lewis almost away. Passed a little bit in defence there. Little push. They kind of wanted to go on with it. Concedes another set. May turns his back and passes to Hiku. He's been down a few times in the match, Peter Hiku. He's slowly back to his feet. So in front of the Leeds fans, it's if they are. They cheer any Hull KR era. It's a hard watch for the Hull KR fans. May, they've had so many great moments. May runs out of ideas there. Kept it alive for Lewis on the 20. Can't find a runner. Gets it over the top. Sivo's going back and bounces it over the touching goal line.
Well defended. Oh, brilliant. What a comeback from injury. He's come up with some brilliant defensive reads, hasn't he? That's come off his wing, and that's judging that kick, diffusing that. Well done.
So again, what Brett Arthur said, his best is still 5-10 weeks away.
He said he challenged them when he picked up that injury at the start of last year. Before the Super League competition had started, he said, we're going to work on the weight. We're going to rehab the injury, and we've got to keep the weight in control. Mike Sivo did that for him. Brad Arthur says, yes, you've done everything to deserve a spot on this side, and the best is yet to come.
And Hull KR don't contest the line dropout. They switched off again there. A line dropout that went down the centre rather than to the corner. Now Hall gets a bumping run. So Hall, who has scored in Denver and Vegas, he's on an American tour. Where next for Ryan Hall? And just taken over the top by Batchelor. 25 away from the line. Overall, they've still had 56% of the ball. That line break count now back to 7-2. But it's the score line. Their next score will take them to 50.
Sell me 5 for Maiko and 50 for Leeds.
Okay. He's got the wager has been placed. No more bets. That's the gambling city. 15 metres away from the line. They're going to go left side. They're looking to shut it down. They do. The tackle on Hankinson there. Quick play, the ball almost too quick for them. Rhinos in search of the half century. Change of direction for Smith. He's had a lot of possessions in the game. He almost shrugged his way through there. So they'll just charge over. There's the 50. Raise the bat. Cooper Jenkins, one of the front rowers, scores. A half century in Vegas. This is unbelievable for the Leeds Rhinos.
Well, you said it. I don't think Leeds can believe it. Hull Kingston Rovers can't believe it. The thousands and thousands of Super League fans can't believe it. but they've been absolutely dominant. And that's nothing less than Cooper Jenkins deserves. Mick pointed him out early in the game as a star. And that performance certainly deserves a 4-pointer.
They'll be watching the North Devils Leagues Club. It's a great club near the airport there up in Brisbane. The North Devils Leagues Club. He's one of theirs. He's got to try in Vegas. Cooper Jenkins.
You love that about sport as well, don't you? When the amateur clubs, the clubs that have raised these players and delivered these players to the professional teams, they should never be forgotten. Times like this, moments like this, occasions like this.
It must be said there have been some grim times for clubs in England. The collapse of clubs, of course. What's happened at Featherstone? I'm hoping to hear good things out of Halifax, although it's been a pretty rugged stretch. What's happened at Salford? The game needs to celebrate its big moments.
Absolutely. We've got things to work on over there. There's no question about that. Far from perfect. But I truly believe the product is heading in the right direction. And as I said, I'll say it again, we got to work together for the betterment of the game of rugby league.
That must be hard to top. There's two blokes running giant flags in front of the Hull KR fans. At 52 points to 6. No one saw this coming. No one at all. Not even the Rhinos fan that is, if you cut them open, they're blue and amber. They still wouldn't have thought they're going to score 52. 2 minutes to go, and the message set out to the likes of St Helens and to Wigan and to Warrington. We've put a marker down today. The Rhinos ball on the bounce. Here he goes. Mickelson. There's that fend. One more. Can he get one more?
Cramp.
41 away from the line. Rhinos. 52's enough. But the fans want reason to see a little more. I tell you what, we're going to have amazing scenes, the Leeds Rhino players, when they walk to that western end of the ground. They're through again. Stop the fight. Stop the fight. This is absolutely incredible from the Rhinos. He's got another one, Jenkins. He's channeled his inner centre or back row, and he's sprinted away to score. Only the clock will stop them getting to 60.
It can be an unforgiving game, rugby league, can't it? You don't bring your A game, you play against a side that have brought theirs, packed theirs, travel to Vegas looking to impress. This can happen to you. This is a Hull Kingston Rovers side that hold all 4 trophies. That last week beat Michael Maguire's Brisbane Broncos, and they have been absolutely trampled by the Rhinos.
Here's on the house of North Devils now. Wow, Jenkins. Now look, Brian, what was it like 1954 when Leeds put 57 on the Hull KR side of 54? Do you remember that? Because if
like you, I wasn't born then.
This is the most points ever scored by the Rhinos against Hull KR.
And this is a Hull KR side that have never known success like they currently have. Contextualize it, this is just a huge result, a phenomenal result. It'll resonate right across the Super League competition. You've mentioned Wigan, Saints, Warrington. Great starts to season. York newly promoted, but Brad Arthur and the Leeds Rhinos, they have served notice on Super League.
Here's the kick for 58. Hankinson on its way, left footer, straight it goes. The Rhinos of the Leeds Club of 54 have been bettered here by the Brad Arthur Leeds Rhinos of 2026. You have some big shows and some big acts in Vegas, quite obviously. But headline billing in neon lights right now, the Leeds Rhinos. That is a